This is East Croydon. The train now standing at platform 3 is the 0722 Southern service to London Victoria, calling at Clapham Junction and London Victoria.
Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Here we are. That you can see in front of you is Cleghorn, or Cleghorn, depends how much Game of Thrones you watch. That's Cleghorn level crossing. That's the most northerly level crossing on the West Coast Main Line. This is a few miles north of Carstairs, literally a matter of meters north of the junction where the line peels off for Lanark. And this is a level crossing that I made earlier. I could have probably used one of the level crossing models, but I wanted to actually get it as close to the prototype as possible, which means I used the different pieces, the kit, the ATLS kit, to put together a level crossing at the right angle I wanted it to be. So we'll have a quick look at how to do that today by looking at the level crossing at Floriston, which is just south of the Scottish border between Kingmoor Yard and Gretna. Here we are, there's Floriston, and as you can see from the Transdam labelling, Floriston Cottage. So we put down these pieces on the track. I will show you the KUID on the video. And what you can see there are the barriers. These aren't actually, in real life, these aren't actually automatic barriers at Floriston. They are manually operated, but via CCTV. They're also skirted. They're not the, they still have that kind of, the lines that drop down to the road surface. So you've got to make sure that you select the left hand and the right hand models, and that the arrows basically meet at their point, so the two barriers will fall in the right place. These warning lights, these ones that I placed, these earlier ones, were actually an earlier 1960s model. I replaced them later with a post-1970s model, which has the option to change the pattern. You can either put white or red and white boundaries around the light. You can also put extra signs and messages on the pole itself and select what type of audible warning and what its duration is. So here I am just lining up the barriers and how they're going to fall into position. I will obviously later detail this model and put some picket fences around the machine part of the arms, which is true to the prototype. Now here obviously we're using the kit because there are 3 lines as opposed to 1, 2 or 4, which is pretty much what the level crossing models in the game have. So here we have to make the kit. So as you can see, what I'm doing now is I am setting all these assets for the level crossing to the radio channel 2. So that's the lights and the arms are set to radio channel 2, and then we will place the ATLS controller, which will be set to channel 2 as well. Basically it's like a radio channel. The radio channel you select for the level crossing, all of the items, I said the lights, the arms, the controller, and the triggers for the actions are all set to the same channel, so they all operate to the same instructions. In my layout between Carlisle and Glasgow, there are 3 level crossings, so I'll be using 3 radio channels. And as you can see here, I am placing the triggers to channel 2 as well, and they will set the level crossing. So when a train passes those triggers, the level crossing is activated and the barriers come down, the lights flash, the horrible noise goes off. You can see that I've set them at a distance away from the level crossing, but as I play with it a little bit to check at full speed for the line, which is 105 miles an hour in this section, I move them out so the timing works nicely. You need to set a trigger before the level crossing and after. 1 to activate the arms to come down and 1 to activate the arms to come back up again. And that's it. Now normally you can also use this system, this kit build system, to operate the traffic, the road traffic as well, but I have a feeble video card and a limited amount of memory procedure on my computer, so I haven't set traffic to operate yet, so I will add that in later, at a later date. On top of that, this is quite a quiet level crossing in general, so you don't see a great deal of traffic. And also, I'm not entirely satisfied with the road traffic available. That doesn't really match the era I'm modelling. That's on my list of to-do considerations. I might have to make some cars. So here's the completed scenics for the area. You can see the cottage and the control boxes. There's the telephone as well. As you can see, I've switched out the lights for another model, and I'm resetting the radio channel, as you can see, to 2, and setting my options for the audible warning. I will do that for all of the lights, and as you can see, I can add different signs on the pole, and then it's down to testing. Like I said, what you would do if you want to manage your road traffic as well is you put the equivalent of the trigger. You put a traffic stop ATLS option, and you connect the controller to the road traffic, and it's all done. That noise I can hear, I'm not sure if the microphone's picking up for you, but that's my dog falling asleep behind me. All that's left to do is with the controller, as you can see, is to set it to the level crossing route option. You'll see I'm just clicking that plus or minus to demonstrate that now. You don't see the controller or these red arrows in driver. This is just in surveyor. And that's it. That's how easy it is to put together a 3-track level crossing. And so here's the test. As a train approaches, here come the audible warnings, which means the trigger has been reached. You will notice something I have tweaked since this video. You can see the mechanism comes out through the picket fence. I have moved the picket fence a little bit further out to avoid that little error. And any approaching motorist will have to wait. Maybe they have a sleeping dog in the back of their car, like I do right now. So yeah, all that's left is the groaning, struggling video card to capture the full glory of the jittery passing of a Wessex Scot. And if you want to check out Floriston in real life, I have put together a playlist of videos from YouTube. Check it out in the links below. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.